We started on Monday and Tuesday with the Committee on Episcopacy and the Nominations Committee doing great work. We look forward to hearing from them later this week.
We also had our opening worship service this morning, which included quite a few members of the Kentucky Annual Conference. Shannon Boaz was one of the main worship coordinators for the service, and so we saw quite a few faces that we recognized.
Yes, John Denham and Esther Jodhov also representing Kentucky for opening worship. And then Bishop Fairley was the officiant over communion this morning. It was wonderful to see all the Kentucky folks.
A lot of Kentucky love this morning. Bishop Wallace Padgett did a great message having us reflect on that same question that Jesus asked Peter, do you love me? And do we love Jesus? And are we willing to follow him? And I found it really encouraging, really inspiring. It was a really great worship service.
Yeah.
During our opening time together, once our business got started, we also heard a report from the Committee on Episcopacy. Originally, they had made a recommendation that Kentucky Annual Conference as well as Central Appalachian and Holston would share Episcopal leadership, but due to some circumstances that have arisen, they made a new recommendation this morning. And so what was recommended is that Central Appalachian Kentucky and Tennessee Western Kentucky would share Episcopal leadership. The Holston Conference will now be sharing leadership with the Northeast jurisdiction, and that passed with the body.
It did.
We heard a very important report from the Racial Bias Task Force for the jurisdiction, and out of that we actually broke into an exercise using a book by Jim Henderson, 3 Practices, Crossing the Difference Divide. And I would highly recommend that book. You could use it in your local church. You sit in circles, and it's a very respectful process of having to deal with a controversial issue or differences of opinion on something. So we did that yesterday afternoon. We're going to do it again this coming afternoon as well. But that was a really helpful process. Last night was the retirement celebration. You may know there was only one bishop retiring this year, Bishop McAlilly from the Tennessee West Kentucky Conference. We heard a report from some of our jurisdictional ministries, the Hinton Rural Life Center, which Karen Cleaver, who is one of our own in the Kentucky Conference, gave a great report from the Hinton Rural Life Center. They're debt-free. She shared that with us. That got some applause for sure. But she shared some of the new ministries they have. We're proud of Karen and the ministry at the Hinton Rural Life Center. We just came out of the service of remembrance, which Bishop McAlilly preached. Powerful, powerful service, talking about how the resurrection is not just something into the future that we look forward to for all eternity, but something that begins today, right here and right now. And we also approved the budget.
We put a great team together. We've been working for about 18 months or so on this. Yep. We had monthly Zoom meetings of the whole team, and the team was people from all over the jurisdiction. I think from almost most annual conferences, not quite all, but most. So we just had a lot of ways that we were trying to pull together all the pieces into something cohesive. The other thing that was different about this jurisdictional conference was we didn't elect. So this was a very, very unusual, different jurisdictional conference.
We get the awesome privilege of being the Bishop and the First Lady of Kentucky, Tennessee, and Central Appalachia annual conferences. We are so excited to be a part of this new Episcopal area that incorporates Tennessee, Western Kentucky, Kentucky, and Central Appalachia. And we're looking forward to this journey as we share with these 3 annual conferences together.